Hi everyone. Now we are going to discuss an epitome of courage, Dr. Stephen Hawking. The present lecture is about great scientist Dr. Stephen Hawking. He was suffering from a very rare and dreadful disease. He was disabled and handicapped person, but he faced all problems of his weaknesses and became the great scientist of this century. Friends, we know very well the nature of human being. We always hide our weaknesses, disabilities, handicaps, etc. and feel sorry for over them our whole life. But Dr. Stephen Hawking, one of the greatest scientists of this century, did not do so. In spite of suffering from a very rare and dreadful ALS, it means amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. This is the disease, okay? Dr. Hawkins continues his research undoubted. His worth of imitation and admirable courage should inspire us to do our best even under trying circumstances. We have to know that Dr. Stephen Hawking was born in Oxford, London on the 8th January 1942. When we talk about Stephen, at that time we have to mention one thing here. Stephen Hawking's parents failed to know that one day he would be hailed as one of the greatest scientists of this century. No one imagined that his mind would soar up into space like light. None could predict that he would be the very epitome of courage. Okay, and when we talk about courage, a question sticks in our mind, and that question is, what's the courage? And we get the answer. Courage is a wonderful thing. It is that quality which makes people not lose heart when faced with a great calamity, disaster, problems, or tragedies. Okay, Dr. Stephen Hawking, a living legend of cosmology. Cosmology, it means, cosmology is a study of origin and development of the universe. And we know that he was great qualities like courage and hope. No? He has so much qualities. We must say here about Dr. Stephen Hawking, except his mind, his whole body is bound with a wheelchair. Yet he is one of the greatest scientists of this century. Stephen grew up to be a normal teenager like an average child and was full of mischief and lots of love for music and mathematics. His father wanted him to study medicine, but he was interested in studying mathematics. So Stephen Hawking was sent to University of Oxford for studying mathematics. But there was little bit tragedy. But the University of Oxford at that time, okay, not present, at that time did not have a course in mathematics. So unfortunately, Dr. Stephen Hawking opted to study physics instead of mathematics. At the age of 17, Stephen noticed he was becoming increasingly clumsy and even fell down for no reason. So he went to see his family doctor. The family doctor diagnosed Stephen Hawking with an extremely and rare disease known as ALS, okay, that we have discussed about. Or we can say the another name of ALS is Lou Gehrig disease, okay. ALS or Lou Gehrig disease that affects the nervous system and makes so weak to all the muscles of the body. Stephen says that even as a child, his muscle coordination was nothing so write home about. He recollects that his handwriting would send his teacher into a fit of French. It means great annoyance or a rage. Nor was he inclined toward sport. Nevertheless, this disease became a sudden, unexpected shock or surprise to him. We can say it came as a bolt from the blue. Okay, it means he was facing much problems because of disease. He was not being a part of sport. Okay, and even his handwriting was not recognized by his teachers because whenever he was writing, every time the handwriting looks different. Okay, because he was losing the control of his body parts. That was the main reason, and we know that these are some characteristic of that disease, ALS. In this disease, our maximum body loses the controls. Okay, for this disease there was nothing to cure it, so the doctors used to say they can't do so much for him. It was so clear the future of Stephen was dark about the health. He was so positive and hopeful about the life. In those days, he got engaged with Jane Wild. He started living life for the moment and continued his doctoral research work with renewed vigor. The disease worked its way into Stephen's body and left him disabled. He began studying the concept of black hole to get his PhD research. By this time, he was confined to a wheelchair and was rapidly losing control of his hands and speech. It means he was not able to speak properly. He was not able to hold anything with the help of hands. Okay, he was losing all controls of his body. The study of black holes sparked his imagination with bright ideas. And we know that scientists believe that the universe began with a Big Bang theory. Okay, to explain this concept better, Stephen invented Lie algebra. Okay, this is another concept he invented, and with the help of Lie algebra, he started to explain how this universe is begin. Okay, so many things he used to speak there, and there are so many statements given by or made by Stephen Hawking, and that statement shook the established theories of that time. We know that when he lost the control of his body and he was always sitting in a wheelchair, he was not able to speak, he was not able to walk, he was not able to hold anything with the help of hand. Only his one hand's finger was working, but his mind was much sharp. But we must say that in this situation, he never gave up. He was doing his research for the doctorate. Stephen Hawking used his fingers, okay, and a computer to help express his ideas. Okay, means we know that he was not able to speak. That's why with the help of computer, okay, only one finger was working of Stephen Hawking, and with the help of computer, he shared his ideas, he shared his thoughts with the help of computer. That computer was made by his friend. Dr. Hawkins is an authority or profound subject of science. Numerous honorary doctorates and awards have been bestowed on him. He was a fellow of the Royal Society and a member of the US National Academy of Science. Dr. Hawkins was considered Einstein's equal in intelligence. Dr. Hawkins was a very humble man, a simple man, down to earth man. His book, A Brief History of Time. Okay, this is the very famous and best-selling book of Stephen. The name of that book is A Brief History of Time. Okay, he wrote so many books, but this book was very famous and best-selling. The writer says that books authored by Stephen Hawking deals with his awesome ideas, keeping a layman in mind. His writing is full of wit and humor. His style is so lucid and non-scientist can also understand him. Okay, in simple language, we can say the writing skill of Stephen Hawking was very simple, and that was very easy to understand for the common person also. When someone used to ask Stephen how he feel about having the dreadful ALS, and at that time we have to mention here Dr. Hawking gives a perfect example to them, and he shows his optimism and positive attitude there. We have to quote here the same statement of Stephen Hawking. Okay, I quote here: not very difficult from the rest. I try and lead as normal a life as possible, and not think about my condition or regret the things it prevents me from doing, which are not many. Okay. Dr. Hawkins firmly believes that in the next millennium, science will discover the core secret of the universe, its origin, its history, and maybe even predict its ultimate demise. Like Dr. Hawking, there are many people who display exemplary courage in their lives. Let us salute all those brave people who, in spite of being disabled, strive to do their best. After living with motor neuron disease, or we can say ALS, for more than 50 years. Okay, means in this situation he was living 50 years, and lastly the sad thing happened there. He died on 14th March 2018 at the age of 76. Thank you.